Hello you guys, welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Christian Universe recording a new video for SOOOO TV, aka Christian Universe Television. And today we're going to be talking Marvel Cinematic Universe. More particularly, we're going to be talking Avengers movies. San Diego Comic-Con just happened, and the Comic-Con was pretty chill for the most part. Not a whole bunch of reveals or anything crazy. It was just a lot of reminding you that, hey, there's movies we've been making, Fantastic Four, Captain America, Brave New World, Thunderbolts, and they're shaping up nicely. So the fans was treated to a lot of sizzle reels, and the actors got to come up. Classic San Diego Comic-Con experience for MCU fans. But they did drop a bomb. They are completely reshaping the Avengers movies. If you've been following the MCU at all, you would know that Phase 4, 5, and 6 is multiverse themed, and the big bad of the multiverse was supposed to be Kang, played by Jonathan Majors. Now, we all know what happened to Jonathan Majors, what got him off of these projects, but most of us thought that they would be recasting Kang, and Kang would still be the central villain for these movies, especially since he's played such a prominent role in the Loki movies, the Loki TV shows and that Ant-Man movie. But they're going a completely new direction. The movie that will lead up to Secret Wars, which is supposed to be the ultimate multiverse movie, is going to be Doomsday. And the main villain is going to be Doctor Doom. And the motherfucker playing Doctor Doom is Tony Stark. Mind fuck, head explosion, all of that. What does this mean? How do people feel about it? I've personally seen it's been a mixed bag. There's a lot of people upset. A lot of people, minds are blown. Robert Downey Jr. is back. Can't believe it. Can't wait to see it. Like I said, but it's very, Doctor Doom is such a pivotal character for Marvel. He's one of the ultimate big baddies. When you think of Marvel villains, you probably think Doctor Doom, Magneto, stuff like that. Those are kind of the top two. And I have my thoughts as well. So let's get to the positive first. The positive thoughts I have. Number one, I do think Robert Downey Jr. is charismatic enough to pull this off. This is clearly going to be a one-off. I don't think Robert Downey Jr. will be Doctor Doom going forward in the MCU. We have no clue what the MCU will look like after these multiverse Avengers movies. I do believe they'll soft reboot. I do believe the world as we know it will be changed after Secret Wars. And if we're to get a proper Doctor Doom, I don't think it will be Robert Downey Jr. I think it'll be another villain in another proper Fantastic Four movie. But yeah, I think Robert Downey Jr. can pull it off. I think it's kind of thematic actually to have the ultimate multiverse big bad be the hero and the face that we've all come to love and kind of associate with MCU. So I think that's going to be really unique to see Tony Stark, or at least just Robert, let's take it step by step. I think it's going to be unique to see Robert Downey Jr. whooping ass on some of the Avengers that we know and love, characters that got to grow up with him, see him evolve as a character, and now he's the ultimate baddie stopping everybody. I actually think it's crazy enough that it can work. I think we could be treated to some really memorable and dope scenes, and I do think Robert Downey Jr. in that role can be unique, because RDJ got a mad range that we haven't really got to see. He played Tony Stark so well for all those years, but the dude can really act. I think him in that evil role is going to be real unique, and I think it's going to be fun as hell to see him toppling, just being a mustache twirling villain and just toppling some of our favorite heroes. Now let's get to all the questions I have. Will this be Victor Von Doom? Or is this a Tony Stark variant? Will we address the fact that Victor Von Doom, if this is Victor Von Doom and not Iron Man turned evil and then he adopted Doom, are we going to address the fact that this nigga looked just like Tony Stark? Because Tony Stark, just that face, that aura is so prominent to the MCU. How can we not have people like Falcon, Spider-Man, Doctor Strange, Hulk, who else? Scarlet Witch, if she comes back. How can we not have these characters be like, holy hell, this big bad we're facing is Tony, but it's not Tony? How can you not address that? How are we going to go about explaining that this Victor Von Doom looks just like Iron Man? Will we get a proper scarred up Doctor Doom, or is Tony Stark is gonna be, is he gonna look like Tony? And that's just the one question I have is, are we gonna be able to differentiate the fact that this isn't Tony Stark? Are we really able to see Robert Downey Jr. as anything other than Tony? I mean, when you think MCU, you think Iron Man. When you think Iron Man, you think Robert Downey Jr. So to have him play this role is a bit risky, because I'm sure there's going to be kids and even adults like, wait a minute. Iron Man, Doctor Doom? And then this is going to be a lot of people's first introduction into Doctor Doom. They're going to be like, so Doctor Doom is evil Iron Man. And that's just not the case. I know that's going to piss off a lot of Doctor Doom enthusiasts, which there's a lot of. Also, there's been no build up to Doctor Doom. He's just being shoehorned. Now, obviously, this is a multiversal movie, and that's the beauty of the multiverse, is you can kind of play around with these like factors and things. Like, I know Fantastic Four, they announced, is going to feature heavily into this movie. So maybe my guess is Fantastic Four will do a lot of the multiverse explaining to characters as these worlds collide. And I can see Reed Richards being the one of saying, "Oh, Doctor Doom has been many universes. He's the evilest, vilest villain of all time," and and then it's Doctor Doom. Now that's just kind of my initial guess is how it'll play, but MCU's got some explaining to do. Will it work? Will we be able to discern the fact that these are two different characters, and will they do a good job breaking up these two characters, saying it, yes, is Robert Downey Jr. is Iron Man's face, but this is Victor Von Doom. I really hope he's not tied to Iron Man, because that's a big problem that like a lot of people have with the MCU, is like with Spider-Man movies, so tied to Iron Man. Ultron, Iron Man's baby, is supposed to be Hank Pym's creation. So these are just things that I feel like people get a little bit Iron Man'd out. Just because I get it, Iron Man is the most popular character from the MCU, and he puts butts in seats, and this goes into my next complaint with it, is that it's very gimmicky. It's kind of a cash grab. Obviously, the MCU has been, how do we say it? I don't want to say shitstorm. I don't think that's accurate, because they have had some hits. As much as they've had their misses, it's been inconsistent. It's been a little all over the place. They've had some good Disney Plus shows. They've had some bad Disney Plus shows. They've had some good MCU movies. They've had some bad MCU movies. So it's been a bit muddled, and this is clearly like, again, just a cash grab to say, hey, what's gonna make sure that these Avenger movies hits, especially after the Jonathan Majors debacle? Bring back Iron Man. Bring back Robert Downey Jr., the most popular dude in the MCU. And yeah, so it's a bit gimmicky. It smells of desperation, just to certify that they get another $2 to $3 billion hits with these Avengers movies. I don't know if they would have got if they kept Jonathan Majors as Kang, to be honest. I mean, the MCU has been so muddied. I know Deadpool Wolverine is getting them back on track, but even then, that's still like a Fox thing, you know what I'm saying? This proper MCU has not really been hitting as of late. So this is something they clearly need to do to ensure that Avengers movies are a hit. Because how embarrassing would it be if you're coming off the last two Avengers movies, which made like $2+ billion and then $3 billion, then like your next Avengers movie barely cracks the billy like that, and these are going to be expensive as all hell. I think Endgame and Infinity War cost $1 billion to make, and I'm pretty sure this will be around the same. If you're gonna have all these actors, all this CGI and green screen, is gonna be just as expensive. So they gotta protect their bottom line, and no better way to do it than to give Robert Downey Jr. $100 million and say, yo, put on that Doom mask, nigga. So that's kind of my overall thoughts on it. I'm really hoping though that they go full blown multiverse madness. Now I ain't talking about the Doctor Strange movie. I want to see Thor variants. I want to see Captain America variants. I want to see Doctor Doom controlling so much and I want to see Doctor Doom having like mad knowledge over these universes and these characters. Like I want you to go full Marvel universe like it's the comic books, because you have the page opens, like you own all these characters now. Like I understand that all of this stuff like hasn't been built up in the MCU properly, but just I want Doctor Doom to know about mutants. I want Doctor Doom to know about the Fantastic Four. I want Doctor Doom to know about Avengers, Spider-Man, and just go from that and just roll with it. Make it fun, make it unique. Take the stuff from the Secret War comics that's interesting and unique and add that to it. Like I know in the Secret Wars comics, Doctor Strange is like Doctor Doom's personal assistant. I would love to see Benedict Cumberbatch in like that evil role, which is something we should have got properly in the Doctor Strange 2 movie, but we didn't. I know Thor is kind of like his Doctor Doom's like security, like that's like his royal guard. We'll love to see a bunch of Chris Hemsworth variants protecting Doctor Doom, like just stuff like that. I think will be really unique and really cool, and just to see Robert Downey Jr., the one pulling all those strings, I think could be really unique. And the last thing I hope is that this doesn't. I hope this is just a one-off. I think it clearly will be. I don't think you'll be keeping Robert Downey Jr. as the proper Doctor Doom going forward. But I hope this doesn't stop us from getting a proper Doctor Doom in the MCU going forward. And that's like one of the things that kind of sucks, is that Doctor Doom is such a prominent villain in terms of whole Marvel Universe, but just tied to those Fantastic Four franchise as well. Kind of sucks that we won't get that right away. But you know, I think the universe will be kind of soft rebooted or reset in some ways after Secret Wars. So hopefully after that, you know, some characters will kind of remember that Doom is such a threat, and then Doom gets reemerged and reintroduced in some new interesting ways. And we get a proper, I don't want to say proper actor, because Robert Downey Jr. is a proper actor. But we get like, you know, we just get like a proper Doom, not gimmicky. Someone like Cillian Murphy or Mads Mikkelsen as Doctor Doom. I would personally love to see Cillian Murphy as Doctor Doom. I think coming off Oppenheimer would have, because it's funny as hell actually. They both come off Oppenheimer, and Robert Downey Jr. was the one to take the role. But those are my thoughts on the Doctor Doom casting and the Avengers movies being completely reworked as Doctor Doom centric. I do think if done right, it can be really unique and really fun. But I have my questions. Obviously, like, I still need to see a trailer. I need to wait for some of these leaks to drop so I can kind of get a feel of what the story's going to be. But if done right, this may just be crazy enough that it could be something really, really special. And MCU needs special right now. I know Deadpool Wolverine's working for him, but proper MCU needs some heat. So those are my thoughts. If you were rocking with this video, please follow, like, subscribe, and tune in for more content. I got to be a little more, consistent, but we will do that. So we'll be dropping this video and much more to come, okay? Peace.